Basic game sense things you should know, Rescue Edition. Feeding tinnitus. Tinnitus is a trait that lets the hunter know when a survivor is nearby. Feeding tinnitus is an essential tactic that wins more time to decode ciphers after a teammate has been chaired. It forces the hunter to camp so they don't risk having their target be rescued. So, when should you feed tinnitus? 1. When the last cipher is about to be primed. It makes sure the hunter has to keep camping instead of chasing that last cipher to stop it from being primed. 2. When the hunter plays aggressive. Some hunters will chair and then move to the next target to apply cipher pressure. An example of this is Geisha or Night Watch. When fed tinnitus, they will be forced to stay camping and away from ciphers, which allows cipher rush to continue. 2. Stalling chair time. A chair on average lasts 60 seconds. When you insta-rescue, you're not allowing your other teammates to decode. Stalling for time is essential to let cipher rush progress smoothly. You should aim to rescue when the chair progress is like this. 3. Go to the chair early. If you're the rescuer, you have to start moving to your teammate the moment they are down, as the first rescue has to be with tide turner. Your priority is rescuing before half, and if you are far away you need to walk a lot to get it. Don't worry about your unfinished cipher, as your teammates have to finish it for you. Go to the chair. Basic game sense things you should know. When should I pop the last cipher? When someone gets downed. This is a standard pop. The downed survivor will get up if they have borrowed time and will get distance from the hunter as they are in their attack recovery. When someone gets hit. There is a misconception that you only pop when someone gets downed, but this isn't always the case. As long as the hunter is in an attack animation, you should pop the cipher so they can run away as far as possible. In the rare cases where the hunter may not bring detention, it's better to be at full health. When the hunter is chasing the last cipher. If the hunter is coming to the cipher and trying to cut you off from it, immediately pop it and run away with your ability, kiting trait or borrowed time speed boost. Some hunters will switch their trait to abnormal to mess up the primed cipher. It is your duty to pop it no matter if you're going to go down with detention. It is better to always pop the cipher before the hunter can get to it. When there is enough distance. When the survivor is far away from the hunter, they can tell you to pop the cipher and use borrowed time speed boost to get as far away from the hunter as possible. You should never do this pop unless the survivor kiting pings focus on decoding. It is your teammate's call that will tell you when you have to pop or not. Pay attention to pings. When should we pop if me or my teammate don't have borrowed time? It is not uncommon for people to not bring borrowed time on weaker characters like decoders or supports like postmen, and this is where popping the cipher may turn complicated. In this situation, the rescuer is forced to body block immediately after the rescue. If the person has not yet been downed, popping after they have enough distance, this relies on them making the call to pop, may also be the best choice. Remember to ping your build and pay attention to your teammates' builds as well. Things to keep in mind. 1. Double hit and chip hunters will use their abilities to down survivors without attack recovery and then will immediately down them again with a basic attack once the cipher pops. Hunters that can and will do this are, for example, Evil Reptilian, Sculptor, Fool's Gold, Ripper, Hasta, etc. 2. Sometimes accidental pops can happen, so pay attention to your cipher and don't touch it again unless it is to pop it. Instant pops are great, but it's not worth it to risk an accidental pop that puts you and your teammates in a bad spot. When facing Hermit and the primed cipher is connected, don't touch any cipher or you will accidentally pop it like it happened to this looker. 3. Try to have a backup cipher. Hunters will stall, mess with and delay the primed cipher as much as possible. It is important that you try to have a backup just in case the hunter is pressuring it. What ciphers should be decoded first? Part 1. Believe it or not, which ciphers are decoded first and last can make or break a match. Some ciphers are more dangerous than others and easier to pressure. Such ciphers are priority ciphers. For this first part we are going to see Arms Factory, Red Church and Sacred Heart Hospital ciphers. Red Church. As a general rule of thumb, all middle ciphers should be decoded first. The reason why is because they are usually very open areas that are easy to pressure. As you can see here, both church ciphers are very open and are in really bad kiting areas, if any at all. If there isn't a cipher inside church, then the cipher will be right here. Another cipher in a really bad area is this one, as the primed cipher is a direct invitation to the hunter to pressure the gate. This area is also really weak as it is hard to transition out of it without an item that helps make distance. Same problem as before, an open invitation to the hunter to pressure the gate. Sacred Heart Hospital. This cipher is quite problematic as it is in a really open area next to other bad kiting areas. You can only transition to hospital and only if you have knee-jerk reflexes or items that help with distance. It's also easy for the hunter to pressure the gate if it ends up being the final cipher. This area is just awful and screams 10-second kite. You won't be able to transition anywhere without knee-jerk reflexes, and even then you won't get too far without distance items. Same problem as the previous cipher and also makes pressuring the gate easier. In fact, it's even worse than the previous one as there's not even a window that can give you the knee-jerk speed boost. This kiting area is non-existent as it's literally only one window. So the cipher here is basically a suicide cipher. Arms Factory. As the middle cipher, it needs to be decoded first. Thanks to a chair being directly in front of it, it can be easily pressured by the hunter by just chairing here. It's especially problematic cipher if it's the final one because of this reason. Sometimes the middle cipher will be here or the two can be in this area at the same time. Never let this one specifically be the final one. You have nowhere to go if it's getting pressured. Sometimes the cipher at factory will be right here. I consider this cipher a really bad one as there are two chairs very nearby that make pressurizing it easier. Sometimes there will be a cipher here. This cipher is absolutely horrendous and you don't want it to be the final one. All areas are very far away to transition safely and you only have one pallet and one window to work with in a very short loop. Things to keep in mind. 1. You only decode the high-risk ciphers if the hunter is already chasing someone else. These ciphers are as horrible early game as much as they are in the endgame. Don't be caught there. 2. Don't let your last two ciphers be close to each other. The hunter will take advantage and pressure both at the same time. So they need to be far away enough they can't chase both at the same time. A hunter like Bloody Queen will thrive with ciphers that are close together. 3. Don't die on ciphers that are being decoded. Seems really obvious and sometimes it's inevitable, but the best thing you can do is die in corners. Which ciphers should be decoded first? Part 2. Lakeside Village. As the middle cipher, it needs to be decoded first. It's also in the middle of nowhere and other good kiting areas are really far away. Depending from where the hunter is coming from, you will already get an early hit unless you rotate in time. There's also a chair nearby for easy cipher pressure. This cipher is an open invitation to pressure the gate. Being an area with only one pallet to work with makes it really unsafe. While Big Boat is a really good kiting area, it is hard to transition inside from this angle. It's also easy to pressure thanks to the chair in front of it, which is one of the worst chairs in the map for survivors. Sometimes there will be a cipher right here. I consider this area quite good for kiting, but the chair in front of it makes the cipher easy to pressure. It's also easy gate pressure for the hunter. The problem with this cipher is still the chair being quite literally in front of it. The kiting area it's in is actually quite good, but the chair makes it easy to pressure. Moonlit River Park. More often than not there's a cipher here. Not only is it close to the gate, making it easier to pressure, but there's a chair right there that's really horrible for survivors. Easy gate and cipher pressure thanks to the nearby chair. The area itself isn't bad, and survivors like Patient or a replanist are really strong here thanks to their abilities. As the middle cipher, it has to be decoded first. There is no immediate kiting resources for you to use if the hunter teleports to you, and unless you spot them early there isn't much time to transition away. Horrible kiting area and no good places to transition to. Sometimes the cipher will spawn here instead, which makes it even worse. Easy gate and cipher pressure thanks to the nearby chair. I just don't like this cipher, so decode it first if you can. Easy cipher and gate pressure thanks to the two nearby chairs. This area is also not that good for kiting. Eversleeping Town. While Graveyard is a good kiting area, being completely in the open makes it dangerous. There is no immediate cover, and as the final cipher, it'll be hard for everyone to run to safety from here. 3 possible nearby chairs in this area isn't that good for kiting. As the middle cipher, it needs to be decoded first. Depending from where the hunter is coming from, you may get stuck in a bad area. Easy cipher pressure thanks to the 2 nearby chairs. The combination of a chair nearby and being an area difficult to transition out of makes this cipher dangerous. Could also become easy gate pressure. All nearby areas are hard to transition in and out of. There also could be the basement and 2 chairs nearby that make it easy to pressure. Things to keep in mind. I'm not mentioning all priority ciphers, and I may have missed some. So when choosing a cipher, ask yourself this. Is the cipher in a bad kiting area? If the answer is yes, it is a priority cipher and needs to be finished first. Are chairs very close to the cipher? If yes, then it is a cipher that's easy to pressure, and you should avoid kiting and dying on it. I can't recommend this enough. Kite away from ciphers that are being decoded and die in corners. Learn your surroundings and where chairs can spawn is incredibly important.